Guardians of the Medallion by Bartholomew Atson. It all started when I was a kid. I remember having a great childhood. I was living in Philadelphia happily playing in my parents' driveway. Eventually, my parents were divorced and my mother did everything she could to take care of our family. As I grew into my teenage years, things started to change. There were times where I felt a deep longing for a fatherly relationship. My grades started to slip and I was constantly bullied. This encouraged my mother to enroll me in a self-defense class. That's when I saw this old guy doing a flying kick across the room. As I watched him training, I became very curious about the African symbol on the back of his martial arts jacket. He introduced himself as Grand Master Noel, and he too understood my feelings and would answer all my questions about the symbol in time. Our training began every day after school with push-ups while Grandmaster read the comics from the newspaper. Grandmaster would always drink green tea while I worked on balance and strength. Sometimes we would go for a hike through the mountains. One day, after our workout, Grandmaster finally decided to tell me where the African symbol on his uniform came from. He said, "Long ago, in the 1800s, the villagers of Africa were protected by ancient jungle animals that roamed the land. These animals protected the people from outside evils. As time progressed, these animals died and their bones were made into 3 sacred medallions. Each of these medallions were given to 3 of the strongest tribal leaders. Their names were Joachim, Shahid, and Tamu. Armed with these medallions, the tribal leaders became the ultimate protectors of Africa. Wielding unlimited power can influence great greed. Joachim wanted to take over the world and use his power to gain wealth and control over mankind. Grand Master Noel and his teacher defeated Joachim by restraining his hands and giving him to the authorities of Africa. The medallions were then safely hidden away, never to be abused again. That night, I lay in bed constantly thinking about the story Grandmaster told, and inspired me to learn about the heritage and history of my ancestors. Many days passed as I dedicated my time after school and on weekends to learn about the African bullies martial arts. On my 18th birthday, I received a package with a note from Grandmaster Noel. It said, "Dear John, I am happy to be your mentor. You have progressed immensely throughout your training. Please accept this gift, for only the purest of heart can handle this item, and I feel that this should be you." I opened the box, and there to my surprise was the medallion Grandmaster Noel spoke of. While holding it, I immediately felt energy surging through my veins into my bloodstream, encompassing my body. My consciousness increased to a higher level of awareness, my mind and body becoming stronger. I was now a superhero. Not really sure how to use my powers, I took it for a test drive. Suddenly, I was soaring down a building like an eagle and leaping on a car like a frog. Late that night, I followed a police car and secretly overheard a crime dispatch on their radio. I immediately arrived at the scene and found criminals robbing a store. Jumping into action, I transformed into a devastating rhino, crushing their vehicle and apprehending the criminals before the police arrived.
Hey guys, it's Bart. So, today I'm going to teach you how to draw the devastating rhino in the story you just watched. Okay, first things first. I got a really bright marker, or a really bright color, yellow, to sketch out my drawing first, okay? So, I like to sketch in what I'm going to draw. So I start off with the head and the nose, okay? Then I start to develop a bit of the body. Since Jean turned into a hulking, devastating rhino, that's what we're gonna make today. Alright, so now I'm working on the hands, and we're working on the bicep because he's gonna have superhero-like physicality. Do the legs. Now we're gonna do the ears. Now, it's just a sketch for now because it's just a light outline.
Now what you're going to do is take a dark marker and outline the character that you created. So it could be a black marker, a blue, really dark marker. Here I'm using a black marker and I'm outlining the character that I created in yellow. This usually helps me because I like to sometimes take a lighter color to create the character first. Now I like to take some other colors and start applying it to the middle tone, lights, darks of the character. So I started applying some grays in there. Now I'm applying some violet around the arms to show definition. Violet around the forearms here as well to show definition once again. And now I think I'm going to start really using some blues as well too. So some blue violet in there to show definition. Some blue violet on the top of the mask. And show some definition of the teeth. Some dark black in there on top of the violet. I personally like to use black with another color more than having to use black by itself. So I like to draw it on top of other colors as well because it brings out a different type of essence to it. So here I am also putting some blues in there. Making some blue violets, putting that blue on top of the black, and developing the legs, the thighs, the thigh muscle of it, and putting some darks on top of the blue once again, blocking in all the darks, first here, and blocking in the darks on the hands very quickly. Adding some gray to it as well too.
And there you have it, friends. Devastating Rhino from Guardians of the Medallion. I hope that helped out a lot. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I'll see you soon. Bye.